Having a baby is a wonderful gift, isn't it? Even I am blessed with a baby boy. His name is Vivan. And when it comes to bathing, first moms like me, we are so much anxious and worried as to how we'll do it, and especially when there is no one else around. The elderly people, when they are not around, that makes a lot of concern to all of us, isn't it? This was the same thing with me, but thankfully to the Hebama system here in Germany that made a little bit more easier and comfortable for me because my baby was born during this pandemic time where my parents and my parents-in-law were not allowed to travel to Germany. And I and my husband were alone. Yes, they are friends, but even lockdown, even their friends are not allowed to come at home. So it was a big challenge for me when I thought of bathing. Here are some tips and tricks that I used, and some of them are given by my Hebama, who is a midwife, who taught me how to bathe a newborn baby under 1 month and above 1 month. So stay tuned to this video till the end and get to know all these tips and tricks which you would be curious to know if you are mom for the first time. There are some basic requirements that you need to keep in mind before dipping your baby into the baby bathtub. You need to prepare all those things beforehand and make it a point that your baby does not feel cold. So here are those things. First of all, of course, the towel, the baby towel. And the second thing is, if you are in a cold country, then you need to make it a point that the temperature is adequate. For that, you need to switch on the room heater, or you can also have a warmer that is attached to the diaper table or that is standing nearby the diaper table, so that the area where you dress up your baby is warm enough that your baby do not feel cold. Thirdly, you need to prepare the water, meaning that if when you are preparing your baby bathtub, then you need to fill the baby bathtub with a warm water, that is a lukewarm. Of course, you can have different other variants where you can bathe your baby, but I would prefer that a baby bathtub is a good and especially with a seat inside it. That meaning that if you're alone at home, because most of the time I am alone and I find it so difficult to handle him just in the bathtub. So there is an additional seat that you can put in the bathtub. It is a comfortable seat where you can let your baby sit on it and then have a bath. So you need to prepare this. On top of this, what you require is a warm water. The water should be lukewarm, meaning that when you dip your elbow inside the water, then you should not feel so warm or not cold. The second tip is you can use the inner side of your wrist to test the water. So if you are good enough, if your wrist can bear that water, then that is an adequate temperature for the kid. You can also use a thermometer. Dip into the water for a few minutes and the temperature should be 37.5 degrees Celsius. This is the most adequate temperature for baby. So 37.5 degrees Celsius is necessary. It is neither too warm, neither too cold. And then dip your baby in the bathtub till the level of the neck. You have to be very careful that the ears does not sink inside it, because it is dangerous. If the water seeps inside the ears, there will be a ear infection and you don't want it. Right? If your baby is a few weeks old, that is, he has or she has a patent umbilical cord which is not yet shedded, then I would suggest please do not bathe the baby. I know you might have seen or heard from many of them that yes, you can bathe the baby along with the umbilical cord. What you need to do is that keep in mind that you dry the area very clearly, but believe me, this is not advisable by most of the pediatricians. In that case, you need to sponge your baby. For that you need a towel or a soft cotton cloth which you need to dip in this lukewarm water and then wipe off the entire body, starting from face, neck, arms, chest, buttocks, and the lower limb. And each time you need to dip into this lukewarm water and wipe the body thoroughly. Do not press it too hard. You have to do it with gentle hands because the skin of a little baby is really vulnerable. You can damage the skin. If you press it so hard, it can get redness over the skin. So you need to be very careful and gentle while scrubbing it. The most important part is the diaper area of the body. Of course, because they are diapers and they are attached to the skin and they are most of the time wet, and you would want to avoid all those diaper rashes. So it is advisable that you change the diapers as frequently as possible, meaning every 4 to 5 hours, and in between you need to wash that area. When you are bathing your baby, you need to make it a point that you wash this area thoroughly. You should apply this wound cream over the diaper area because it gives a layer over the skin so that the potty or the susu that your baby has done does not come into a direct contact of the skin. This avoid diaper rashes. Another point that you have to take into consideration is the usage of baby soaps or baby shampoos. I know there are so many fancy products in the market, from local companies to branded companies, but when your baby is very small, I mean a few weeks, that is 1 month to 1.5 months, or I would say up to 2 months, I would not recommend that you use any kind of fragrance materials. Why? Because it would stimulate your baby and you don't know if it is a good stimulation or a bad stimulation. So, to avoid all those complications by inhaling this fragrance, avoid using this fragrance material. Baby soaps and shampoos are available without fragrance. My personal recommendation, as per what I have been practicing or I have used on my baby, is I have used this baby products after my boy was 2 months old. Before that, I have just used the normal water, dipped him inside the water for around 5 to 10 minutes, wiped him with cotton clothes, and that's it. Your baby does not require any fancy products because he is inside the house. He is not exposed to so much of dirt, and that's why he does not even sweat that much, and that is the main reason that he does not require all those fancy products, especially in his initial weeks. If you want to use some product, then Dead Sea salt is what I would recommend that I have used. This is a tip from my Hebama, that is a midwife, and many of the German couples do that over here, not only because it's fancy. There are many advantage of Dead Sea salts. For adults, you might have already seen that there are scrubs available to remove the dirt and exfoliate the dead skin. For babies, especially for those babies who have some skin problem initially, meaning rashes or eczema, Dead Sea salt is very useful. And let your baby bath in this lukewarm water, then it is perfect and very good for skin. So I use this Dead Sea salt to bathe my baby on an alternate days. The next question might arise to your mind, like how often you should bathe your baby. There are again different views on this. Depending upon your geographical locations, you need to decide. For example, if you're in India and you are sweating like hell, even your baby is sweating, because the temperature over there is generally above 35 degrees, then yes, people do bathe their babies daily and sometimes even twice. But let me remind you, worldwide, what is practiced is bathing your baby 2 to 3 times in a week. That is actually practiced even here in Germany. Not because it is cooler over here, even during summers. What my midwife told me that you don't require to bathe your baby every day because you might damage the skin. And by that she mean that the skin of the baby might lose the moisture because the soap that you used dries the skin. So that you bathe your baby every 2 to 3 days. But again, it's up to you. Depending on your geographical location, you can decide because you're the mom. You know your baby and you can decide what is best for your baby. Once your baby is above 2 months, you can slowly introduce soaps and baby shampoos, but make it a point that it does not have any aggravating fragrance to it because, as I said previously, it can stimulate the mindset of the baby, and you never know at what end it will take, whether into a positive sense or a negative sense. So it's always important that you introduce fragrance less baby products. To this list there is one more thing that you should have beforehand ready for your baby before you take him to the bath. That is the moisturizing creams. Introduce this product only when you think that your baby is ready to inhale this fragrance of it. Last but not the least, of course, the clothes. You need them beforehand because once you complete the entire process, you need to dress him well enough, right? In between, I would like to mention here that planning the right time to bathe your baby. Yes, timings are very important. You need to take care that your baby is neither too sleepy nor too hungry. What I use as a technique over here is that when my baby wakes up in the morning, first thing he needs is food. He's very hungry, so I feed him. Then he plays for 15-20 minutes, and during this time he does his potty, meaning that his diaper is dirty. So I clean the diaper area and then prepare him for the bath. I do all the things which I mentioned above. It's and then introduce him to his baby bathtub. Here you should make it a point that your baby is not into the water more than around 10 minutes because it may lower the body temperature. So it's necessary that you maintain this duration, and in this duration you do the entire process of bathing and then wipe him up with his baby towel. So make the entire process of bathing as a fun and a happy go event for yourself and your baby. Sing a song, talk to your baby, tell him what you are doing. Introduce the water. Introduce your baby to every body part while you are bathing him. Because knowingly or unknowingly, this is a time that your baby knows what he is or she is and what part is that. He has this hidden process that keeps inside the mind unknowingly. As your baby grows up, he or she will start recognizing the body parts as you introduce them. So these are my bathing tips and tricks for the newborn. So this is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, don't forget to hit the like button and share it to all the mommies, especially to the first time mommies like me who are facing these challenges. This might help all of them. Or if you have any other ideas or tips and tricks that I have forgotten, do mention in the comment section so that the whole community can get aware about it. So once again, like, share and subscribe to my channel. Also comment because this motivates me a lot, and I am looking forward to make more such videos on motherhood and parenthood. So namaste, goodbye, and keep watching Dreamcatcher Meera.